This NFL Picks Week 18 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hi, this is Merrill Hodge, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
To the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Well, Sean, we're here.
We're here.
Week 18, final week of the regular season.
Can you believe it's Week 18, Ryan?
I can. That's why I'm starting the show. Sad that we're at Week 18. Not really. Excited for the playoffs.
Yeah, I am excited for the playoffs, but as I was doing kind of my note gathering, or basically I write up all the games, I write in my instant reactions, then I read some articles, I look at the trends, some numbers, and basically pull all these like bullets and fun nuggets, or if I see something on social, and it hit me like, oh my God, this is the last time in a long time we're going to be breaking down this massive slate. I do love the playoffs, super wild card weekend. God bless you, Roger Goodell, giving us 6 NFL games. But part of me was sad that we won't have as many games to break down, to bet. So it was a little bittersweet preparing for this Week 18 episode.
You just go deeper. You go deeper. You put out first touchdown cards for every game.
Let's go.
There's a lot of other things you can be doing with your time, Sean.
Yes. No, there is. The problem is I end up what I normally bet on a regular NFL full slate. I somehow figure out how to bet that on 6 games instead of the normal 16 games.
Yeah. So, like typically I did really well with my don't go back to the window rule. All the paper tickets are in before the VSiN show, except for the pleasers. And this past week I violated that rule with the Packers. You see how that worked out. Yeah. I think with the problem with the postseason is there's no reason to not get involved in every game. And that's where you end up. Yeah, you just play more. Again, you're playing a first touchdown card for every game. You're adding you're not going to not play props.
Yeah,
which means you got anytime touchdowns in there. You probably got some round robins. I certainly think an anytime touchdown round robin will be in order for the prop shows for the playoff.
Cannot wait.
And by the way, Sean, the Super Wild Card Weekend, which extends Saturday through Monday, is opened by the college football playoff semifinal on Thursday and Friday night.
No, so there is.
Let the women know.
Yeah, next week. Hey, women, girlfriends, wives.
Hey, women.
you. Well, and there are some female DJs who are maybe saying, "Hey, men," or "Hey, women."
Yeah. How does that work? I wonder how many of the female DJs have a husband that isn't.
I would love to hear from you because I know we have
into sports.
Shout out to the DJettes, but I feel, and maybe I'm wrong. I would love to hear from the DJettes. If you are a hardcore DJ, but your husband isn't, I would love to hear about that and the dynamic of maybe your husband's being soft. And I don't know what a husband would want to watch if that relationship, that dynamic is so foreign to me.
Think about Tess.
Yeah.
Maybe he's really into pop culture.
So the DJette walks in. Her husband's watching Bravo.
We just got to get past.
He loves Andy Cohen.
We just got to get past.
I mean, again, I'm sure that dynamic exists. I would love to hear from a DJette in the audience.
We got to get us personally. Probably just have to get over 40 years of gender biases.
Shout out to John in the chat. Congratulations, John. Wife just gave birth. Pray for me and my hopes of watching football. Well, good luck with that, John. Good luck. Hopefully that works out for you. I also saw our buddy Husker Zeeb, aka Cody, checking in from the NASCAR Gambling Podcast. We did a best ball draft with Cody over on Underdog. That was a lot of fun figuring out these playoff best ball. I'm okay with my teams, but I feel like I need to draft more to get like my perfect team. But again, I'm sure we're going to be doing some more of those between now and when the playoffs start.
They're very easy to rip off. So like, I could see
15, 20 minutes.
I could see us Sunday night after the Ravens Steelers game, doing a quick recap, talking about the openers, and then ripping off another underdog draft.
Yeah.
For example.
Yes. All right. Too early to start drinking. Let's go Miami. Thunderlips. No, of course not. It's New Year's Eve. All bets are off.
Thunderlips. That sounds like a degenerate right there. She goes by Thunderlips.
Well, or just
because if the lady that hits us up and says, "Hey, my man's not into sports,"
yeah,
she's definitely the alpha, right?
Well, or it's like
he's a power bottom in that.
Well, or it's a lady on lady relationship, which I'm sure
that's fine.
I would think there maybe that I don't.
You think that's more likely the outcome that we hear? Like,
I would
hey,
not,
my wife.
I mean, again,
doesn't like. I'm a woman and my wife doesn't watch football.
I think there are lots of lesbians who dig sports and might be into our show. Shout out to you gals, but. Yeah, maybe that's not the dynamic. Again, I would love to hear if you're a woman married to a guy and you love sports way more than him. I'd love to hear from you because yes, that would be great. We'll hook
continuation on the Cantina reference from West Hollywood. 2-for-1 drinks, great happy hour. The bartender had a great joke. How many gay guys can you fit on a stool? 4. How many softball players can you fit on a stool? 1.
Okay, there
big girls. Big girls. It was just a fat joke.
Yeah,
but he liked to take the ribbon at the gay guys first.
And Thunderlips saying he is the ultimate male. The wife's lips are thunderous.
Well, I don't understand how you get the nickname Thunderlips. Maybe like a DJ.
I don't know. Would love to know Thunderlips. Evan in the chat.
The visual I have is not safe for work.
Hulk Hogan's character in Rocky 3, Thunderlips. I don't remember off the top of my head. Disco Man saying I'm gay for football. I agree. I'm also gay for football. I love me some football. Excited again.
I think you can really like football, and being gay for something.
Yeah.
That feels like you're just using a word that doesn't belong there.
Well, I love football, Ryan.
Yeah,
and I'm gay.
Yeah, see, I was using it as
I'm happy. I'm happy for football. Okay. I'm happy for this awesome slate we got going. Yes, the Yule tidings are gay, and so am I for football. Let's go NFL Week 18. And Week 18 is a fun week to bet the National Football League, and we've already seen. What do you mean?
I've heard so many programs talk about how. Oh, none of these games matter. What do we play?
I mean, we crushed it in preseason when the games quote unquote don't matter. There rarely are there. I think.
No, I just like that angle when your job is to talk about football.
Yeah,
you're blessed to have a job where you get to talk about football. And part of the shtick is, well, you know what everyone can relate to, Sean? Everyone can relate to hating their job.
Yes.
No, sir, not your job. You stream into a microphone about the fucking whatever team you cover. You don't need to complain about an extra week of football.
No games are meaningless, Ryan, if you can bet on them. That's always been my take.
What percentage of people that work in sports media do you think hate their job, Sean?
I don't know. Way more than should, because I always thought it was a dream job, and lucky that this company worked out and that the podcast picked up enough people that we could make it our job, Ryan, because getting to bullshit with your buddies about gambling on sports all day. We're very fortunate. Shout out to the audience. You guys keep this thing afloat, and we love you for it. And it's and that's why we crank out all this free content. But I could not imagine there now obviously there's stuff behind the scenes that's a pain in the ass, but actually doing the show is the most fun part, and certainly not even a job at all. Again, I would do this for free. We did this for free for many years upon years upon years before we started building an audience and getting some sponsors. So
keep that thought in mind when you see all these other posers hanging it up.
Yeah, come on.
I'm done.
Insurance Insiders saying, I'll be in Vegas in February. Will you be boys at the Circa? Yeah,
maybe.
Most Fridays we're out there, schedule dependent, but we do our live show from the Circa 10:00 East, and you can watch that over on VSiN.com. Download the VSiN Watch app if you have. What are you laughing, Ryan?
I just saw the chat. Sorry, I rarely look at the chat, and I happened to look at the chat at the perfect time. for if you want to throw Disco Mint's comment up on the screen. It was one of those when people text LOL.
Sean pandering to the audience. Now that's gay. Disco Mints. I was trying to be genuine. You're right. Fuck you guys. I'm going home. The show is Friday nights at the Circa, 10:00. You can get it on Sirius XM, YouTube TV. But like Disco Mint says, go fuck yourself. Let's talk some games.
And if you are willing to come down to the Circa and say what's up,
firm handshake still available.
Firm handshake is available, and a good chance you'll get to throw some dice with us if you're into that kind of stuff. Yes. Anything else you want to add? Pre us getting into the games week 18.
No, I'm ready to go.
Well, I'd like to add that let me be the first to wish everyone a happy New Year, Sean.
Okay, thank you.
I hate when people say that. These announcers, I've heard many people. Let me be
Berman
the first.
Was the first one to do it. He was the one who said it. He was the one who popularized.
I've heard a lot of people.
Yeah, they're copying Berman.
Okay, I got no problem. If Berman's the guy who gets credit for it, that's perfect.
Yeah,
but my goodness, these people. It's like, all right, dude. Like just say Happy New Year. Let me be the first. All right, we got a loaded slate, Sean. They condensed the games old school style. It's almost hard to remember pre Thursday Night Football when Thursday Night Football was just a college thing. But we're getting all the games on Sunday, Sean. That this is great. What. Well, it's great unless you listen. Wait,
what do you mean you're getting all the games on Sunday? We got Saturday.
Sorry, you have 2 Saturday games and the rest on Sunday. If you listen to some people, you'd think we are being put through some sort of like they're going to hold our eyelids open and make us watch these horrible games.
No, the games are. I feel like I've had some nice weeks. Week 18. I feel like it's a good time for the props. We are doing the prop show later with CJ. Again, a lot of people taking off on the holidays. Not us. Doing 2 shows today. We will be live again later on, talking props. But fun week for props because you get some backups, some split guys who are playing maybe for a little bit and not. So, and it'll be interesting to see what's all available.
It's glorious like the preseason, but you have some you don't have as many scrubs out there, and so the football ends up being a little bit more fun. All right, let's start with the Saturday doubleheader. This is the NFL have very serious games on Saturday, games that we wouldn't want to distract people from. Carolina and Tampa. The story of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to fall this year is unbelievable. I believe it's one straight up win over the last 8.
Yeah, the only win was at home against the Cardinals. And they didn't even cover it because I think it was like 3.5.
We blew some of these games too. Really wild stuff. 1:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Panthers catching 2.5 plus 130 on the money line. 43.5 is the total. You can see as the number opened 3 has been bet. Now, depending on where you look, the splits may tell you a little bit of a lie where the Circa is advertising that they've received almost 65% of the handle on the Bucks, yet the move from 3 to 2.5 tells you everything you need to know. So Panthers are getting support, probably should be getting support based on the Bucks, how the Bucks are playing. And there's this weird backdoor element to this game.
Yeah. So
where the Bucks can win and still not make the playoffs.
The NFL was hoping to have this be a win and get in game, but no. Here came the Atlanta Falcons, and shout out to Kramer. He had the Falcons as his money line dog. I also played him on the money line and the points. Great play and hit the defensive anytime. Nice work, Kramer. But,
whoa, that was nice.
That win was not good for the Bucks division futures because now they need to win this game and they need to have the Saints win. So the Panthers, their path to winning the NFC South is they win this game, they're in. Or if the Falcons win and they're 3.5 point favorites at home against the Saints. So Carolina either needs to win or they need to have the the Falcons win and they are the NFC South, because basically what happens if the Bucks win and so do the Falcons, then all 3 of these teams are tied at 8 and 9 for the NFC South, and Carolina would win the 3-way tiebreaker, which is kind of bonkers to think about.
Yeah.
Now that
what if you're the Saints? How do you handle that kind of power?
What? Oh, that you could sway the division. I don't think that
you hate the Bucks more, right?
Yeah, but you're playing.
I think the Saints and the Falcons hate each other more than they care about the other teams.
Yeah,
right.
They don't. The Saints are.
Am I wrong
between Saints and Atlanta?
Am I wrong to think that the Saints and Falcons is the biggest rivalry in the division?
From what I understand, it is because it's two like truly Southern teams going at it. I think they're both going to be playing to win. Regardless of this situation, I don't think they give a shit. But sticking with this game, the Bucks have lost 8 in a row ATS, and I've been fading the Bucks a bunch here as of late. If you listen to the pregame show, tossed in a nice Dolphins money line. I mean, this defense is horrible. They got carved up by Quinn Ewers, and Greg Dulcich got going there. Stay tuned. This is the Mitchell Evans tight end game, Ryan, because I don't know if you saw Jatavian Sanders broke his ankle.
He's out.
And then
you're not going to get the good numbers on Evans anymore.
Right? It's still a pretty good number. I already got 7-1 anytime, or it was 7-1 somewhere where I couldn't get down. The actual play I think was 6-1, but there's still good opportunities on Mitchell Evans to get in the end zone. But this is the Panthers team off a loss. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. I said they're going to lose to Seattle, not cover. Then they're going to beat the Bucks outright. Then they're going to get destroyed in the playoffs. They're 7-0 ATS off a loss, 6-1 straight up. They only win as a dog. It's crazy. And this Dolphins defense, which was not good. Even I test watching the Dolphins defense. It was a lot of arm tackling, just bad defense. They held the Bucks to 17 points. And that was with Jalen McMillan having a really good game. I don't know what's exactly wrong with this Bucks team, but I want no part of it. And now they're at home with this weird pressure as well. Like once the season unravels, and I saw it firsthand with the 2023 Eagles, like once that switch gets flipped and the boulder starts rolling downhill with your season, it's really sometimes hard to stop. I think the Panthers are the play here. I think they're going to get the win. The 2.5 feels fine. What are you doing, Kramer? Can you make a case for the Bucks? I mean, I would say no one's on the Bucks, but it sounds like there is money. Like the only reason I would take the Bucks is if I want to get cute and say, well, there's no reason to take the Bucks. So what are you doing here?
I win a pretty large sum of money if the Bucks win the division.
Okay.
There's obviously not a real good way to.
Well, because now the Panthers, because the Falcons won on Monday night, the Panthers are now minus 450 to win the division.
Well, sure, but I kind of view it more. Obviously, if I take the Panthers, the Bucks can win, so I can lose the Panthers bet, and the Bucks can still not.
It's not even a hedge.
And yeah, I don't know what to think because it does seem like the Bucks are broken.
Yeah,
but this Panthers team isn't very good. It's
but
they do this
They do this every time. They look horrible, and then the next week they're good. It's like clockwork. I would have said there's so many times. Just walk through their schedule real quick. There's so many times where you're like, this Panthers team sucks. They got blown out at home by
first game was that they went down to Jacksonville.
Yes.
Where the Jags rolled them up.
Yep. Came back.
No, then they lost the Cardinals in Arizona.
They did cover though.
That is remarkable.
Feels like a different world. Then they destroyed the Falcons 30-0. Then they got worked by the Pats. They lost 42-13. Then nice win at home against the Dolphins. Then they beat the Cowboys back to back. Remember that Cowboys win? Then they beat the Jets. Okay. Looking like maybe getting a little momentum. I was on them as a home dog against the Bills. Oh no, Bills destroyed them 40-9, but they bounced back. They win outright in Green Bay. I was also on them. Part of the round robin sweet hit there. Then, okay, they're back at home. First time as a favorite. Oh, they lose outright to the Saints. Then they get it done in Atlanta in OT, beat Atlanta. Then they lose to the 49ers. Then they come back at home and beat the Rams. Then of course they're obviously going to follow up the Rams win with the loss. They lose 20-17 at New Orleans. Then they beat the Bucks at home. Okay, well, now they're obviously going to lose. They do. They lose to the Seahawks. Now they're obviously going to win again.
Bucks haven't lost at home to the Panthers since 2019.
Okay. So you're taking the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
Wow. Okay. Laying the 2.5. I feel like I was told once by a wise man not to lay the 2.5, to take the 2.5, but that does not apply here.
I thought this was going to be 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But you like it less at 2.5, right?
I do like it less at 2.5. I also
give me the Panthers plus 2.5. Come on. Kramer on the Tampa Bay Bucks laying the 2.5.
I do generally hate that this is a standalone game.
Why?
Because I have to watch this train wreck of the amount of stuff that just wins if Tampa wins any of their last 7 games, or if they go 2-6 down the stretch.
Well, Ryan,
I have all this cash in my pocket.
If the Bucks win, then we can be rooting for Tyler Shuck and the Saints together.
We'll see on that spread. I mean, I kind of, as some of us are objective handicappers.
No, but if you're,
I understand
if the Bucks win, you would need the Saints to win.
No, and I think I think it's also kind of crazy they're catching 3.5 points against this Falcons team.
Okay.
But I also have the Bijan offensive player of the year investment. I have a lot going on. All right. Next up, Saturday night. Oh, look at Colby going to town with 2 of his favorite players of all time on the screen. Where Seattle comes to the Bay to take on the Niners, and the Niners are home dogs of 1.5 points. 49 is the total. I said this to you in the office. This is a 5 p.m. kick, by the way, on Saturday night. I said this to you in the office. I'm kind of shocked in this high leverage of a spot that the market still has Seattle favored over the Niners.
Market loves Seattle.
I understand that, and this has been a narrative all season long. Certain teams have been very sticky. They've been sticky, it feels, in the rankings. And I think when you zoom into what Seattle has been over the last 5 weeks or so, yes, the win over the Rams, very impressive. Not going to take that away from them, but they've not been a consistent offense. And I think, the Niners are depending on which of the advanced numbers you look at, the Niners have the number 1 offense over that same time period. And so, yeah, for me, this is a wrong team favored kind of point spread. And I don't see any situation where I'm on the Seahawks here.
Yeah. I mean, what you just said about their offense, I think the opposite applies to their defense. Like the defense, I don't think the Bears punted in that game. I mean, Phillip Rivers was moving the ball up and down the field at will against this 49ers defense. And then on the other side, the Seahawks actually do have a legit defense. Now, the problem is Sam Darnold. He's a 3rd in the league, 14 interceptions. Seattle they've turned it over 28 times, second only to Minnesota Browns and the Jets. So second to Minnesota, but their Browns and the Jets actually have less turnovers than Seattle, but their turnover differential is great because they are awesome at generating turnovers. And you look at Brock Purdy, if he has had one weakness this season, and certainly he's looked really good since coming back from injury, it's the turnovers, right? The interceptions, the pick 6 there in the Bears game. Again, he was able to overcome it, but I think on the other side, I think the Seattle offense can work when Darnold has a clean pocket. And why the 49ers have really struggled is they haven't been able to get any pressure. They have not been able to figure out post Bosa, who they lost early on in the season, no Fred Warner, and they just need to consistently outscore teams. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that in a division battle against a team with a really good defense here in Seattle. I understand why the 49ers are appealing as a dog here, certainly, but Christian McCaffrey dealing with that back issue. And 49ers really haven't faced a pass rush in this run here of them looking really good. So I think the market's telling you the side right. I actually like Seattle here, laying the 1.5. I totally get the case for the 49ers. This is not me just being a 49ers hater. I just can't back this 49ers team with the way their defenses looked. It's really, I mean, they didn't stop the Bears at all which is kind of crazy. And if Caleb,
I like the Bears offense. I like Ben Johnson. They have a rookie who's setting all-time records in yards per route run.
Yeah, I just think Sam Darnold in a clean pocket is going to be able to succeed. And on the other side, I don't think the 49ers have really faced a defense as good as Seattle in their current run here. So,
well, that's obviously true, but I'm putting I think the Niners offense right now is playing closer to the top team in the league than the Seahawks defense. And I trust the Niners defense to make a play or two against Sam Darnold. I would, I mean, you bring up the turnovers with Brock Purdy. He's got 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions over his last 3 games. 2 interceptions. Sam Darnold in that same time period has 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
No, I mentioned the Darnold turnovers and the turnovers for Seattle in general, and certainly. Again, whoever wins the turnover battle wins this game. Easier said than done predicting it. I like this Seattle defense to come up with a couple big stops, and that ultimately is the difference. But again, I'm not locking this up because I do think this is going to be a close matchup. It should be a good game, and certainly this will decide the NFL.
So gotta have it moment.
Yeah,
you want Sam Darnold over Brock Purdy
in the regular season? Yeah. Well, and honestly, it's more Sam Darnold against the 49ers defense in a gotta have it moment versus Brock Purdy against Seattle in a gotta have it moment against the defense. In the playoffs though, if these teams face each other in the playoffs, I'm going the other way 100%.
Okay.
So I think Seattle, they strike me as a Minnesota Vikings type regular season team, the same team that we saw Sam Darnold orchestrate his stack up a bunch of regular season wins and kind of be fraudulent. But when it goes to the playoffs, or facing the Rams, that's where he really hits the wall, even though they did pull that game out in Seattle. So again, I understand I'm splitting hairs here, but if this game was in the playoffs, I'm taking the 49ers. Right now in the regular season, I'm going Seattle.
If this was a playoff game, do you think the spread is the same?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because it is kind of like a playoff game. The Niners want that 1 seed.
Sure. And so does Seattle.
Of course. So it's a playoff game.
Kind of.
Where you don't get sent home, but you don't get a home game. And, maybe the Niners value that more with the way Seattle's gone on the road this season. But
no, I don't. I think the motivation is similar for both.
Wrong
teams.
Team's favored.
So winner gets the 1 seed here, and then loser is the 5 seed and would face the NFC South winner. So give me Seattle laying the 1.5 on the road. Kramer on the San Francisco 49ers. And of course, reminder, we're brought to you by Kalshi. That's right. You can trade it all over on Kalshi. Give me that Seattle logo, Ryan, over on YouTube. Oh, okay. Kalshi available in all 50 states. New traders get $20 in their account. And of course, oh wait, I didn't update it. That's why. New traders get $20 in their account when we use the promo code SGPN. Of course, get in over there on Kalshi, and you can trade anything. We're talking about the awards markets. You can trade that. You can trade first coach fired. All sorts of fun trading opportunities. Even if you want to go crazy, crypto, politics, world events, football, they always have like what the announcer mentions first. There's a ton of crazy trading opportunities, and again, available in all 50 states. Do yourself and us a favor: sign up with Kalshi and use that promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna bet you picks, props, sides, totals. They have it all over on Rhythm. And of course, you can track your picks for a chance to win $1,000 in the Rhythm app. And again, you can use their model, or you can just you could use their model, tail their plays, or just build your own model. It is super fun to have a model built. A great piece of tool here. They also do obviously props. Been doing very well there, and shout out to them. Doing well here in college bowl season. Ryan, a little player prop for the game we just discussed Saturday. They like the under 7.5 receptions for JSN. Rhythm's model has been predicted for only 5.1 receptions, so they're showing a nice value on JSN under 7.5 receptions. And of course, if you want to go premium, use the promo code SGPN25, get 25% off. Download Rhythm. You know you're going to enjoy it. RITHMM.
So yeah, good luck with taking the wrong team.
Thank you.
Yep.
Give me the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by you here. I don't know. I don't know if the market's got you right now. I can see the sharpness shimmering off you from over here.
Really?
I don't know. You're not usually one to get sucked in like that. Maybe it's anti-Niner. Maybe there's bias here.
What
I'm missing.
Is Seattle the public side?
It's less about. Yeah, I mean, I think the bet splits are inconsequential.
This is a toss-up game. I don't think there is a square.
I'll verify that. So 65% of the bets on San Francisco, 30.
Oh, okay.
But
what's the money?
80% of the handle. That's at the Green Book at Circa. Oh, yes, you are shimmering. 74% of the bets, but 28% of the handle on the Niners. That maybe is a little bit closer to what I was expecting. And
so wait,
the sharps on Seattle.
Oh, okay, yeah,
like
of course,
less bets, more handle.
Of course,
that was the beginning of the thesis that you had been pulled in by the sharps, and this felt like.
Oh, so that's bad to be sharp now?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't expect you to be on.
Oh, okay. So you expected
Sam
me to
Darnold
take the square
in this
side?
Spot.
Yeah, I'm a sharp round. Give me Seattle.
Okay, Sunday. We have 6 games in the early window, 7 games in the late window. Very fun viewing experience for everyone. I mean, 8 TVs, Sean. We're gonna have to find something for that extra TV. Only 6 games. Green Bay, Minnesota. Minnesota laying 6 -260 on the money line. Packers +220. Preseason like 36.5 is the total. I'll just start giving you the bet splits for all of these games because I do think week 18 like the preseason.
Yeah, no, it does seem
there's a little bit of steam following. 64% of the bets and 30 from the Green Book on the Packers and Circa. They're only 33% of the bets, but over half the handle is on the Packers. So both shops seems like the dog is getting love. I don't know what to think about this. Oh, so what's the quarterback situation, Sean?
Oh yeah, this is tough. I kind of think
Clayton Tune.
Oh yeah, Clayton Tune definitely for the Packers there.
And then Brosmer.
Brosmer probably. Maybe there's a small chance that McCarthy goes. I would project this as Brosmer though, and yeah, I was kind of interested to see how many. It seemed like the Packers are kind of shaping up to be a public dog. I think they're going to go out of their way to rest a bunch of guys here. Now on the other side, it's crazy to lay 6 points here with Max Brosmer possibly, but I just look at Brian Flores versus Clayton Tune. I think that's just going to be an insane mismatch.
He's also been on one. Like Flores is just.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm sure that they're not resting. I mean, I'm sure Flores is going to have the full complement.
No, and Flores is getting some chatter about possibly being an NFL head coach. We'll see if he gets off the the NFL double secret probation. Vikings also have a couple extra days to prepare. The Packers are getting ready for the playoffs. They don't want to show you anything.
We've seen this actually. We already saw this. Minnesota versus Washington. This game already happened. Brian Flores is going to wreck up here. Anytime defensive touchdown.
Yeah.
Lay the points.
No, I mean, it's scary to lay 6 points with Brosmer.
I didn't even think about it. I did not even consider the idea that Flores is going to put on a fucking masterclass here.
Come on, against Clayton Tune. Now, honestly, if you want to, we'll see what numbers are available. But Clayton Tune, I think, will try and run. I don't know how successful he'll be, but there could be some Clayton Tune rushing stuff that's interesting. Brian Flores, I forget how his defense does normally against running quarterbacks, but I think there could be some interesting. Maybe Tune is worth a sprinkle. We'll see what his rushing yards are at, but I'm with you. I think Vikings defense could outscore the Packers here, and I just don't see how the Packers put up a bunch of points. They're not going to give a shit about this game. I don't want to lean too much into motivation. It just seems like the Packers dealing with a bunch of injuries. I think they just elevated Desmond Ridder off the practice squad, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't think they're playing
spicy.
I don't think they're playing now. Maybe he sees some looks, but yeah, He was signed to the Packers practice squad. I'm guessing he's going to be the backup. Clayton Tune will get the start because they don't want to play Malik Willis. They want to keep him healthy in case they do need him for the playoffs. And Jordan Love's going to be in a weird spot here because he's going to be coming into a playoff start with almost too much time off.
Oh yeah.
We saw this with Hurts last year where he got a late concussion and then the Eagles rested their starters. Then he came into the playoff game coming off a concussion after you haven't played in a while. It certainly wasn't Hurts' best game. He also dealt with a knee injury and that was the Rams game, but wasn't as sharp as he was in some other times. So something we're going to be factoring in Super Wild Card Weekend. All that being said, Kramer and I both on the Vikings laying the 6 at home.
So per a grainy Bigfoot looking photo here, JJ McCarthy is practicing today. But per another report, in a shocking turn of events, Kevin O'Connell states that he will only put JJ McCarthy out on the field if he's 100%, Sean. Nothing below 100. This is football. No one's 100%. I mean, Jesus.
Well, they said we're going to see how his grip strength does. Would love to get him another game. I do think he wants to get him another game.
Whatever. Good bonus.
Clearly they're sheltering him. If JJ McCarthy plays, obviously I like this a lot more. But they beat the Lions with Brosmer, and now you get a couple extra days of Brosmer prep.
Game number 2 in the early window. The Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. Texans laying 10.5 minus 550 on the money line, plus 425 for the Colts. 38.5 is the total. They are going to play Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
Upgrade or downgrade?
Massive downgrade. I mean, cause I thought Phillip Rivers was seeing the field pretty well. I mean, he was pretty efficient as a passer, knows all the progressions. I mean, Riley Leonard's making his first NFL start and he was a borderline NFL quarterback. Well, what round was Riley Leonard drafted in, Ryan?
4th. Am I crazy to think he was drafted before Shador?
6th round.
Okay.
So 189th pick overall, making his start against the Texans defense, which is, I think I have the Texans the best defense in the AFC. I have the Eagles best in the NFC. I think they're both right up there. I mean, we saw this Texans team destroy the Chargers offensive line, what was left of it. Now, certainly you can, I mean, I do like, we'll see if we have numbers for the prop show, but Riley Leonard being forced to run, I think, might
you remember that national championship game?
Yeah, they got their ass kicked. But
but he ran the shit out of the ball.
Sure. Yeah. No, I think he's going to run the bunch. I don't know if it's going to help them win the game or cover the spread, because Texans just can load the box and say, "Hey, Riley, beat us with the downfield throwing," which I don't know if he's going to be able to do. If they didn't trust him in college in the national championship game to do it, it's tough to make a case here. Yeah, I mean, this Colts secondary has really been rough post Sauce Gardner, and I think the Texans. I mean, that Texans offensive performance was kind of weird against the Chargers. They hit those couple deep shots, and then it seemed like the Chargers. Minter is a good defensive coordinator. They were able to adjust. I don't know about this Colts secondary. This Colts defense in general has not looked particularly good.
It's a huge number, Sean.
It is. That's the other thing. But again, I just keep going back to Max Brosmer against Seattle, a guy going on the road for making a guy who's a fringe NFL draft pick as a rookie going on the road against a very good defensive minded team. I mean, you talk about rookie quarterbacks against Brian Flores. I think that's a matchup that favors the defensive coordinator. And I think D'Amico Ryans versus Riley Leonard is a massive matchup in favor for the Texans. Now the Texans playoff stuff, they need to win and have the Jaguars somehow lose to the Titans to win the NFC South. So I think they will be playing that out here. I think they get the win and the cover. I understand the numbers high. I'm just going to fade Riley Leonard making his first road start against an elite defense.
Houston Texans became a franchise in 2002.
Okay.
How many times have they covered 10.5 against the Colts in their existence.
0.
At home, they've covered that number twice. And the last
that's
time,
more than I thought.
the last time they did it was,
I'm feeling better about
the last time they did it was when?
2012.
2012. Very well done, Sean.
Thank you. Steel trap over here.
I think, I think this is a huge number. I think the Colts are going to be scrappy to the end. And I think the Texans will be happy to win a game that they don't have to blow them out. I also think looking at,
I mean, I understand the case.
Looking at the bet splits, 90% are laying the 10.5 with the Texans. A little bit more even at the green book, the Circa very, very, very lopsided. And so I'm definitely I'm intrigued by, so what I would say. Are
you going to put the Texans defensive touchdown in your defensive touchdown round robin?
It could be in there.
Yeah. So that's to me, I think the defensive touchdowns, the difference here. And I understand the case. Like we saw this Texans team kind of play down to the Raiders and show no urgency to win the game or cover. I think this is a little different being a division opponent and being like the last game right there at home. So I get the case with the Colts. It is double digits in the division.
Well, I also think that for as good at, like Phillip Rivers did some really excellent work, just anticipating I got to throw it over here immediately. But obviously when that stopped working well, and it was kind of like halfway through that Jags game, it was just the end. There was nothing else to do. What I'm intrigued with Riley Leonard is this offense has always looked like an offense that should have a read option going. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to perform better now that I think Jonathan Taylor could end up having a pretty big game because of Riley Leonard versus Phillip Rivers. I think it's a lot easier to key in on Jonathan Taylor when Phillip Rivers is the quarterback.
Sure.
And I think most of what Phillip Rivers' success was the offensive line holding up and him reading the defense correctly. And so I think with Riley Leonard, if they just shift to just pounding the rock at this Texans defense a little bit, I'll be intrigued to see how that kind of game goes.
Yeah.
And if this turns out to be a low scoring game, which wouldn't be the craziest outcome, a lot of points would be good. So I'll take the Colts.
I think my counter to that, and I agree, if they're able to successfully run RPO with Riley Leonard, then this opens this thing up. But again, he's making his first start on the road. I don't know how much of that you can install here in 1 week, especially coming from Phillip Rivers and what they were running with that offense.
It does sound like he received more reps than you would expect from a prospect 6th round pick this year because of the happenstance of the injuries to the quarterbacks and everything. And
I do have a Riley Leonard 50-1 most passing yards for the Colts. So I don't know how many yards.
I don't like him to have a lot of passing yards in this game, but like you were saying, the rushing prop is very live.
Give me the Texans laying the 10.5. Kramer on the Colts getting the 10.5 in Houston.
And officially, I think they've given Daniel Jones his number back since Phillip Rivers is no longer going to.
That was mean.
That was very mean. I mean, no team's ever done that before. They're just like, hey, hurt guy, we're going to take your number.
You're done for the season.
Where does Daniel Jones sign in the off season? I feel like he's going to be the coveted quarterback.
It seemed like they were just going to pay him in Indy, but yeah, I don't know. That was when they were 7-1
and before he got hurt.
And before he got hurt again.
It's gonna honestly, Sean. When's the last time we've had this kind of free agent quarterback movement?
Well, Malik Willis certainly threw his name into the hat with that performance.
Yeah. You got Kyler getting traded somewhere. Could be in the
mix. Justin Fields is probably someone will still give him a shot. There's rumors about Lamar. It's going to be a very
or the rumors that we're putting gasoline on.
Yes, exactly.
Game 3 in the early window: Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are laying 7.5, minus 340 on the money line. Browns plus 280, 44.5 is the total. Money coming in early and often on the Bengals, up to 90% of the handle on the green book, and over at the beautiful Circa, actually pretty much the same number, 88% of the handle on the Bengals. So the Green Book and Circa uniting in terms of the money.
88% of the money is on the Bengals at the Circa. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay, that's interesting.
Actually, let me hit refresh. It's 98%. It's early data sample, but both samples. And actually, I have access to a third data set which also says the same thing. So I would say it's pretty clear that the Bengals are gaining support in the market.
Yeah, it does seem like everyone is just smashing.
So I mean, I guess if this could be the official donkey play for us. Obviously, there's some history here we should talk about.
Yeah, I mean, historically, the Browns have done pretty well against the Bengals, or at least keeping it close. Bengals have done well recently.
I was gonna say it's kind of the tide's turning a little bit there.
Yeah, Browns are on a 9. They've won 9 of their last 14 meetings. So excluding the game where the Browns sat their starters. But the Bengals have won the last 4. I think they covered in 3 of those.
Yeah.
The interesting that Joe Burrow is a big favorite, has not been good. He's only 5 and 6 ATS, I think, as laying more than 7.5. The other thing is Browns off a win is always a good time to fade the Browns. 0 and 6 ATS, failing to cover by 11.4 points per game. Myles Garrett needs a sack. You got Shador on the road. This Bengals defense has been playing better.
Oh, I think they're going to have. I think that could end up being the story of the game. I mean, there's so many defenses this week when you're going through looking for the anytime. Bengals were on my list last week. I think they might be on the list again. Shador, he tees up the defensive touchdowns like the best of them, and I think it's a pretty easy narrative to say, hey, everyone's talking about the defense on the other side. Let's change the narrative here, right? Meaningless game. The Bengals, we know they still get up in the meaningless games. And Sean, it's been consistent now. The Browns defense, not good against the pad. Like they could get lit up here. So I understand the history. The history is kind of, I think, faded away a bit because the other way you can say that is 6 of the last 8, the Bengals have won. And so,
yeah, I was going back and forth on this because, to your point,
I love I love the Bengals defense having a tremendous game against the backup offensive line. Like, think about what Cleveland doesn't have. Fannin, who has been a revelation for them. You know, in a lot of years, I would probably be campaigning for him to be Rookie of the Year. We called him out as to be the first tight end drafted this year. If he doesn't play, what's their plan? Shador needs that tight end. Sal Cannella
props. I will be playing some Sal Cannella props if they're available.
And since he is the kind of city, you would get a bad case of Sal Cannella.
Little Skyline Chili, little Sal Cannella.
Oh, you leave with some Sal Cannella. You better hope that plane ride is quick.
Not only it's the Browns on the road where they're horrible, it's the Browns off a loss, and the Browns. Part of why they're so bad on the road is their defensive numbers. It's like a yard. Last I looked it up, it was like a yard per play difference in the defense home and away. You take the defense, you take the Browns at home as a dog, but on the road coming off a win, even though they've historically played Joey B kind of close, this is the time to take the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'll be laying it, even though I'm sure it's the chalky play here. And
I think sometimes it's okay to be a donkey. I'm also going to lay it. Love it. I mean, we've liked the Bengals in. It's Dominic the donkey. We've liked the Bengals always for a couple weeks now. The pleaser, the teaser, and just straight up. Any way you want to do it.
And then obviously record wise, Garrett needs that half sack still.
You think Burrow gives it to him?
I don't know. Well, hopefully they don't do what the Steelers did and design their whole game plan around not letting Myles Garrett get a sack and get completely distracted.
Burrow won't do that.
Yeah, Burrow's fine to take a couple sacks. I do think he obviously gets it here. Not shocking. Osai, Joseph Osai, the edge for the Bengals needs 1 sack for a $250K incentive. So maybe on the other side, maybe he gets home to Shador. Something there if you're watching some of these incentives.
By the way, I forgot how much I love now that incentives are so widespread. I love 2 things. One, I'm only judging you on how nice your incentive graphic looks.
Okay.
So if you're an incentive graphics content person, I need either either give me the best looking graphic or give me fucking text from a terminal screen. That's the two options. Two, I love how people have to warn us that it's already baked into the number, Sean. If you're reading it on social media, guess what? The sportsbook knows about it.
Yeah.
No shit, dickhead. My God. Why do people feel like they have to parent the internet? It's horrible.
Ryan, just a reminder. Add this to my teaser leg portfolio.
I didn't think we had.
And while you're there, make sure to. Ryan, have I told you about my new bathtub? My new bathtub. It is awesome. It's fantastic. Yeah. Thank you to my
3 people in there.
I got a new door. And then I just sit in my bathtub and look at my door and go, "Oh, that's a great door installed by West Shore Homes." Shout out to doors. Shout out to bathtubs.
We need a. We've never had a door sponsor, Sean.
No, probably won't.
It's such an odd thing to. I mean, if it's for. I mean, I will say this: respect athletes for really living the "if it's free, it's for me" culture. Someone said, "Hey, you want a
most beautiful shower rod you have ever seen?" I love my shower.
It is weird when you hear him on a broadcast and you can't put him in 1.5 speed. It's very much slow motion.
All right, so we're both on the Bengals laying the points.
Both on the Bengals, and yeah, I mean, I do like the idea that Joe Flacco could somehow be involved in this one too, with a little revenge on his mind. How dare you trade me? All right, moving along. Game number 4 in the early window: the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Giants catching 3.5 at home, plus 160 on the money line. Minus 185 for the Cowgirls. 51.5 is the total. Jerry going out on a limb, trying to be sneaky, saying that Dak will start. Then followed up by every Cowboys beat reporter saying, well, that every time that he said that, it means that he's not going to play the whole game. I don't know why the Cowboys are resting guys. Sean, do you? What do they got? They got the 6 seed locked up?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just,
what are they doing
here? They've shut down Dak, I think, every season at some point.
But why? They want to see what they got from Joe Milton. Giants defense are going to score another touchdown this week. If we're going against Joe Milton, do you remember how bad his game passes were?
I think again, if I was the Cowboys I would kill myself first, but I wouldn't mind looking at Joe Milton. Clearly, Dak's not getting it done.
Oh wow.
Well, Kramer, you tagged me in a Cowboys tweet, which I thought was. I
thought you needed to be aware of it.
Yes,
that seems like the kind of thing that you would want to engage with. That's all it was.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you're following. I didn't realize you were following this many Cowboys content creators.
No, actually, it was. It showed up in my NFL beat reporters list. One of the beat reporters for the Cowboys, I think, reposted it.
Yes, it is a handle name by the America's Team Road to 6. It's a long road, buddy. Jalen Hurts is the most replaceable quarterback in NFL history. Super Bowl ring from a defense allowing 0 points until the fourth quarter. 9-0 with under 200 yards. First quarterback in 37 years to win 2 games with no completions in the second half. Division title with the 9th most 3 and outs since 2012. Sounds like a lot of jealousy by Cowboys fans. Kramer brought that to my awareness. But again, I would argue Dak is the most replaceable quarterback in NFL history. Think how many quarterbacks you can name who have been a starter for a while and never got to a conference championship. I mean, the
LVP. No matter how good or bad he plays, the Cowboys just don't get it done.
It hasn't made a difference. You can give he hasn't had weapons. What do you mean? 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard receiver. He threw for 2,000-yard receivers. Javonte Williams, who I didn't think had much left in the tank, he had a career year. What's the excuse?
I'd say this: Brian Schottenheimer.
You had a defensive player of the year candidate. You ran him out of town.
Brian Schottenheimer has done a shockingly good job, and the coach.
The offense.
Typically, I would have said the coach was going to be a limiting factor. Coach was not a limiting factor. Maybe the defensive coach, but not the offensive coach.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
how is Dak not replaceable? What do you if you started Joe Milton this entire season? What's the difference?
I'm not siding with the Cowboys here, but I think if you're thinking about moving on from Dak, you got to do a little bit better than Joe Milton.
And
You got to
like,
throw a football in the NFL, not a tennis ball.
It sounds like we might have a Cowboys fan that somehow got through our filters. Right? Is Dak supposed to play quarterback? No, he's supposed to win games. That's what he's supposed to do. That's your job as a quarterback.
Cowboy fans love us because we are their honest conscience speaking to them, and they need it because they realize that it's all bullshit.
You need to get rid of Jerry Jones. Until then, nothing's going to change.
Listen, I got a pretty awesome gardener. He talks shit to me because he's a Cowboys fan, but he's a Cowboys fan. And every year it's the same. And in the beginning of the season, I go, what's going to be the problem this year? And he goes, fucking Dak, always fucking Dak. So I think you
Cowboys fans are quietly out on Dak going into this year. Now he sucked him back in. The problem was you had a great defensive player. You ran him out of town.
Imagine if Brian Schottenheimer had a good back. Who knows what he could do?
It's true.
How to manage with Dak.
I will be on the Giants here. Nice opportunity here to get a culture win. As I've been led to believe, Jaxson Dart is the offensive rookie of the year. Not even up for debate. He has much better stats than Tyler Shuck.
Well, they are the national game, so you will get a final game to remind everyone that again, there are 4 quarterbacks in the National Football League that have accounted for 2 touchdowns or more this season. Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, and Jaxson Dart. How are we even considering this? Oh, that's right. Because people got all up in their feelings about some fucking bullshit spotter gate concussion nonsense that dampened out the middle of the season. Yeah.
No, I think Jaxson Dart has had a good rookie season. I think there's a lot to work on, but a lot to be optimistic
you
about.
Have to thread a tight needle you have to thread a tight needle to promote any of the other quarterbacks over him. Would be my argument.
Yeah, I think up until this point, we'll see what happens week 18. It's been a smaller sample size, but I would give offensive rookie of the year to Tyler Shuck. I think he's instantly elevated his team. He's had nice come from behind victories. Between the Saints offense with and without Shuck is night and day. And I thought he's played really well statistically. So I would not give it to Ted McMillan. That I think is kind of crazy, but again, we'll see. I think this last week could kind of sway the offensive rookie of the year. I mean, Ted McMillan going up against his Bucs defense on Saturday night in prime time, he might, if he has 2 touchdowns, that could really sway things. Certainly, Ryan, your Giants and Jaxson Dart has a good opportunity here against the Cowboys defense.
No, he's not being considered. I mean, I think whatever happened with this, the odds would suggest he's not actually being considered.
I think he's still in the mix.
Like 25-1 or something absurd like that.
Yeah, but again, these awards markets,
they're the national game.
These awards markets change radically. Again, offensive player of the year, I think is still open. I think everything, I think with the exception of defensive player of the year and comeback player of the year, I think all the awards are fairly wide open. Now, Drake May is set up in a good spot, but I mean, offensive rookie of the year, I think, I guess I would be surprised. I don't know how you make a case for either of the receivers.
They're both going to hit 1,000 yards. Maybe they both need like 70 yards.
Okay. So maybe it's as simple as that.
That's not that it's solid.
Yeah. If Shuck wins in Atlanta, I think he's going to have a pretty good case, but then Trevion Henderson's floating around in similar odds range to Ibuka at 11-1. He's been kind of a late riser too. I think
he has fewer rushing touchdowns than Jaxson Dart. Like that feels like an insane comparison that we're just, okay. Jaxson Dart has 9 rushing touchdowns. Like we're just overlooking. Like no one is considering that.
I think rushing touchdowns matter. I've been told they don't count when evaluating quarterbacks. I've had that beaten into me by the internet that only passing touchdowns count, but I agree, Ryan. I think rushing touchdowns should count.
But to consider to have a running back with shorter odds who has fewer rushing touchdowns than Jaxson Dart, who is a quarterback. That's insane. Like if we're just looking at if that's how we're going to consider it, you know?
I would not.
Jaxson Dart beat the Eagle. Like the wins were against good teams, not the Jets and the fucking Titans. That he was smoking the Bears before they took him out with the bullshit concussion. I think.
Well, that was the concussion.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying they were beating the Bears by 10. Like, what are we fucking talking about here? Tyler Shuck's gone on a run against Tampa, Carolina, Jets, and Titans. You know what changed with the Saints? Their schedule got easier. He's playing similarly to Spencer.
Yeah,
Rattler.
I mean, I get it. No, he's not playing similarly to Spencer Rattler.
I think if you flip the schedules and you give Tyler Shuck the hard schedule,
I disagree with that.
Spencer Rattler the easy schedule.
No,
you'd have a similar output.
I disagree with that because he's throwing for like 300 yards a game. I think against anyone that's impressive as a rookie, and I think he's elevating his team. All that being said, I do think this Giants offense carves up the Cowboys. So yeah, give me the Giants plus 3.5. Kramer, I'm assuming you're on the Giants.
The story inside the story here is, as the NFL or the Giants beat has pointed out, is what will happen in the second half of this game with the Giants? Maybe vet players like Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence.
Do we get Jameis playing at all?
Well, I mean, that wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't you want to get, again, I think development is important.
Yeah.
And playing against,
I thought Jaxson Dart should have started week 1.
So, okay. Clearly looked like a bad decision on Dable's part. I'm not sure how that's relevant in this. What we're talking about now.
I'm saying I agree with you. I think a rookie quarterback gets better by playing. I would not take him out, but the Giants seem to have something going behind the scenes where sometimes they are trying to protect Jaxson Dart.
No, I think that they're, as we've talked about before, they overly react to what people say. Yeah. And because everyone was talking about the fucking goddamn concussions, that was the narrative. And I think, well, anyway, what I was going to say is how confident does Joe Shane feel in his job? If he feels confident, I think you'll see more people shut down. I think if he doesn't feel confident, there would be no edict from management to shut guys down. And then the coaches will have their way to go out there and try to win the game.
Yeah. I'm hearing he will be back next year.
Well, again, Ian Rappaport reported that the local beat immediately pushed back on it, stating that might not be the case. And so I think,
do you think
there will be a
yes or no?
I think there will be a comical riot of Giants fans if he is. They listen to the fan. There are times when they are worried about the backlash.
Okay, so yes or no? Is Joe Shane the GM next year?
No.
Okay.
No.
Interesting. Again, if that's not the case, why not just fire him? Whatever. Why have him work on interviewing head coaches? Because
Mara is dealing with cancer, and he's like I don't know. It doesn't make sense. You don't really want his kids to start doing stuff because they're fucking idiots too. So, yeah, unfortunately, Giants will win this game. Cowboys are playing Milton. That's crazy.
Speaking of Tyler Shuck, Ryan.
Saints, Falcons laying 3.5, which does seem like a pretty big number. Minus 180 on the money line. Saints plus 155. 43.5 is the total. Yes, it is Kirk Cousins versus Tyler Shuck. The future of the NFC South is just fine, Sean. Just fine.
You like that?
I saw a report. Saints still may draft quarterback in 2025 draft. So,
I've heard the exact opposite. That Nick Underhill was reporting they're not considering it.
Okay, yeah, no, I saw his report too. I think there's some disagreement amongst the Saints beat there.
Yeah, I don't think if I was the Saints, I wouldn't draft a quarterback. I've feel like I've seen some progress here from Tyler Shuck in the Kellen Moore offense. I think he's looked really good. And I think, again, if you wanted to give him an award, the fact that he's taken the Saints to a point where they've won 4 games in a row. They haven't done that since 2020. And the fact that essentially they're not going to be drafting a quarterback in the first round. I think is a huge win for them. He's 5-3 straight up, 6-2 ATS compared to Rattler 1-7 straight up, 2-6 ATS. So he's doing it even against the number. On the other side, the Falcons, someone had a thing where they go, I feel like the Falcons play much better when they're mathematically eliminated.
Yeah, they're the Bengals of the NFC.
12-4 run here the past few years when mathematically eliminated, 53-78 in all other games. Saints did do a decent job against Bijan last time they played, held him to 70 rushing yards. I just think this is not a good spot for the Falcons. They had a massive win against the Rams. Now they're at home on a short week. I think this is a good spot, and Saints just keep. They clearly have some mojo going. The vibes here are high for New Orleans. They're playing incredibly hard. The defense, not their best performance against the Titans, but overall the defense has been playing pretty well. I think going into last week, they were as high as like 7th in EPA per play. I think they're going to do a good job on Kirk. They've shown an ability to at least contain Bijan somewhat. You can never completely slow him down, but the Saints as a dog is just really, really appealing here. So I will happily take the Saints plus 3.5.
So, all right, you don't think the vibes are high for Atlanta right now?
That's a good counter.
I mean, I think the vibes are higher for Atlanta right now, and I think in some ways whatever has happened with them no longer being in contention has neutralized their normal coaching disadvantage. I think getting Kirk, clearly Michael Penix maybe not ready yet because Kirk Cousins, and we talked about it last year. He played injured a little bit. The idea that Kirk Cousins has come back and been more than I think what most people expected, and because the weapons are there and everyone's kind of playing well. Kyle Pitts had his 7% of his fantasy points in one game with Kirk Cousins. Bijan is playing out of his mind. And a lot of that is in the passing game, not necessarily dependent on the running game. This is an interesting spot because the Saints have also looked bad for stretches against the Tennessee Titans defense, which I don't think we find to be very good. I don't think any of the wins they've had over the past, like the Falcons are clearly better than all the teams that they beat right now, like the way they're playing right now. And I think the biggest thing where the Falcons have going for them is this defense is playing lights out. And I think it's going to be very clearly the toughest defense that Tyler Shuck has seen in this Bucks, Panthers, Titans, Jets stretch. And we'll see how he does, but I'm going to lay it with the Falcons. Falcons finish out.
Give me the
run.
Saints plus 3.5. That will certainly help you in your if the Bucks win.
I mean, also, Sean, you reminded me earlier, but you lay the 3.5, you take the 2.5. So
you do that. I'm not locked into those.
But you mentioned
games.
it to me earlier.
No, because it's something you say.
Okay,
I don't
you
blindly subscribe to laying or taking the 3.5. I think Saints are live on the money line. So
okay.
I think I mean, the Saints team is playing great.
Yeah.
Atlanta's playing good too. I just think this is hate week. Got to take the
step up in class.
Little revenge game for the Saints too.
Step up in class. All right, game number 6 in the early window. Last one, Titans and Jags. Jags laying 12.5 minus 670 on the money line. Titans plus 500. 47 is the total. Jags win and they lock up the division. They can get as high as the 1 seed if certain things happen. And I think basically, that's all that really. Well, then of course the Texans, which we already talked about. They need the Jags to lose to win the division. If they win the game, Jags laying an enormous number here, though, Sean.
Yeah.
The Jags obviously have to win this game. There's no need to mess around. The Titans haven't been particularly good, so it shouldn't be a tough matchup, but it's always difficult to lay 12.5.
Yeah. Division game. Maybe this is a slight trip up spot for the Jags. They just need to win the game. I don't know. This game and the Texans game are kind of similar. You could obviously make a case for the big favorite here. The reason I'm going to be on the dog here is unlike Riley Leonard, who's making his first career NFL start on the road. We have seen some progress here from Cam Ward. Certainly still some issues, but I think he's shown some improvement. I think there's enough to keep this competitive. They also have, Simmons on the defensive line, who in that first half of the Saints was just a game wrecker. I think also Liam Cohen. I don't they got the win. They covered the late number, but like running that hook and lateral early there in the Colts game, that was kind of a questionable. I mean, it didn't work out, so it's obviously easy to question.
Yeah.
I wonder how in his bag he's going to be with the playoffs right there next week. Like, is he dying to run this score up? Obviously they're playing to win, but if you have some can't lose plays, are you wasting them against this Titans team? I don't think. Of course not. Yeah, I don't think the Jags lose, but I don't know. I think the Titans have shown enough.
I think Cam Ward has flashed some good, but also like he's not. He's obviously a little bit different than Shador, but it's the same type of where when you flash the really good, you shouldn't also flash the really really bad. And Jags defense will be on my let me look at this list. I'm sure it won't make it to the final cut, but this is a Titans team that has been, what's looked better is the running game. They're now going into a situation where they're not going to be able to run the ball. It's something the Jags have done pretty well over the last stretch here with some of their success. You could probably partner it with how Trevor's been playing. I want to take the dog here too, but I worry a little bit about this Titans team. They played a perfect game last week for a lot against the Saints, and they still almost didn't cover a pleaser number, Sean. They just when it rains, it pours with this Titans team. And you know what? I'll lay it. I think maybe
rare time you're picking the Jags.
I also, Titans are looking like a public dog. They're very popular over at the Green Book. Yep.
And I see Ronnie in the chat saying, "Be gentle with my Titans. They don't have a fucking coach and a worse owner than Kramer's Giants." Yeah. Someone I saw a tweet said, "It's crazy to imagine the Titans could have Malik Willis, AJ Brown, Derrick Henry, and Mike Vrabel. Like, they have not done a good job of maintaining talent, and certainly letting Malik Willis go for nothing was obviously a really bad decision." But certainly they probably didn't have the personnel to develop Malik Willis. So
that was the same guy who gave AJ Brown away
for Treylon
fired
Burks.
Mike Vrabel. Wasn't that same guy made all those decisions?
So maybe they eventually get the culture change, but it's tough when your owner is making those decisions. Give me the Titans plus 12.5 and Kramer on the Jags. Of course he's jagging off. It's on the Jagwagon.
Yeah. I like to avoid public dogs, if you know what I mean, Sean.
Okay. Dog. And teams playing the Jags. You're always going to take the Jags. Give me the Titans.
All right. Game 1 in the late window. 125. Oh, we can flash it on the screen, Sean. Better late than never.
There you go. For the YouTube audience, you get to see the graphic.
I'm gonna lay one more time with Trevor, and this could be the icing on his MVP season. Could be the icing.
I love how all your predictions also line up with all your futures bets.
Not necessarily.
Really?
But I think
what's one play you're going against your futures?
We'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get there. By the way, I mean 5 touchdowns. I think gets him there. 5 or 6 touchdowns. Trevor.
No.
Game 1 in the late window. Dolphins, Patriots. Patriots laying 10.5 minus 550 on the money line. Dolphins plus 425. 45.5 is the total. Patriots can become the 1 seed if they win and Broncos lose. They can drop to as low as the 3 seed if they lose. Dolphins in cold weather. Tua's not the starter though.
Yeah, the Dolphins numbers are still really bad, and the guy replacing him,
he's from Texas.
Yeah, he's a Texas. I saw Damien in the chat. I think was on the similar mindset. Quinn Ewers grew up in Texas, played in Texas. He's not going to be wanting to play in this cold. 25 degrees at kickoff under McDaniel. The Dolphins are 0-8 in games with the temperature of 40 degrees or below. Miami's lost 13 games in a row outright in under 40 degrees temp. Now there is, I mean, the Stephon Diggs news story, him facing strangulation charges, and then there was another one, Christian Barmore, wasn't it, Ryan? Or who was the other Pats guy that just got? Christian Barmore. Yeah. The other Pats also facing like some sort of domestic assault charge. I'm laughing because I just saw when I went up to look at it. The apparently it was a dispute of he set the wife or the girl set the thermostat at 70. He liked it at 68, and then someone had a wrestling gift that they were using of Barmore when he sees the thermostat not set at 68. As a guy who likes the thermostat set at a certain number, I get where he's coming from, but obviously if those allegations are true, that's horrible. I don't think him or Stephon Diggs are going to sit between now and the end of the season. The NFL Players Association very good at putting
the process go out
and
when the playoffs end.
Certainly, yeah, they deserve their again. If these sound like serious allegations, they'll figure it out in court. They deserve their right to defend themselves. If they're true, then yeah, lock them up. But I don't know what's gonna. I don't think that's gonna.
Steph Diggs seems like a psycho.
He does. Certainly a lot of smoke in the Steph Diggs camp.
Add the pink cocaine, and then add the video that's resurfaced of the reporter asking Steph Diggs' teammates who they wouldn't want their sister to date in the locker room.
And he all said Steph Diggs.
Just watch Dalvin Cook. Young Dalvin Cook has this look of terror when he realizes that Steph Diggs is in the locker room. Then immediately says Steph. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think this is. I kind of wanted to take the points in this one, but
yeah, I mean it's
Vrabel. Also, they want clearly after watching that Jets game, they are trying to get Drake May the MVP.
Yeah, no, and
donkey ass Vrabel's trying to steal the Coach of the Year from Liam Cohen.
I think they're gonna put the pedal to the metal. And again, I mentioned it. The Dolphins defense was not good in that Bucks game. Like they were arm tackling, their pad level sucked, but it was just the Bucks incompetence. They could not get it done. And Quinn Ewers on the road against a motivated Pats team. I think this is this is going to be trouble for Miami, and Miami coming off laws. They've not been good in that situation. 2-6 ATS. I kind of think Miami's just happy. Hey, we showed a pulse. We got some wins. We know who our coach is going to be. We don't want to play. Are they really going to want to? I had the same handicap of the Cardinals defense going on the road in Cincinnati. Now Cardinals defense obviously noticeably worse than Miami, but I think the fact that the similar thing applies. Like it's tough to tackle when you're lacking motivation. You're a warm weather team going outdoors against a cold weather team. It just is.
It's also Vrabel.
Yeah, Vrabel's going to get these guys up.
Now the question would be who has this Patriots team played? But we can save that conversation for the playoffs.
Pats have only, well, again, they haven't played a lot. The counter is that they've destroyed bad teams, which is usually like, if you want to highlight the fraud stuff, it's usually you let bad teams hang around. Like almost you could make a better case in some ways for the Broncos being frauds, but the Broncos do have some wins against good teams to balance it out. Stephon Diggs needs 8 catches for $500K. He needs 30 receiving yards for $500K. So maybe he gets going. I think Hunter Henry needs 5 receptions for $250K. I think he's an interesting one to keep an eye on because they really do like him a lot in that offense. And I was mad because last week was obviously the Austin Hooper anytime touchdown, missed it.
My favorite part about incentive week 18 too is the cutaways to Robert Kraft as his players are getting bonuses. He does not like paying those bonuses. Does not like paying those bonuses at all.
Give me New England laying the 10.5.
Me too. Lay the big number.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
There's a couple of weather system plays this weekend, Sean.
Yeah.
We got another one coming up in a little bit here. All right. Game number 2 in the late window. Again, all of them start at 1:25 PM on the West Coast. Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders in Vegas. Chiefs laying 5.5, -260 on the money line. Raiders +220. 37 is the total. The Raiders are close your eyes special.
Oh my God, Ryan. Really?
Now if you haven't seen Baldy's breakdown of the Giants game, he does a breakdown of the kickoff return with Deonte Banks. That is one of the worst efforts you'll ever see on a football field. I certainly think them sending Max Crosby home, then Max Crosby posting a video of himself playing pickup basketball is not a good look. Pete Carroll was laughing and giggling before the game. I was in the building. He did not look like someone that was worried about his job or he's senile. But how could the Chiefs, in their current condition, be laying this many points on the road, Sean?
Yeah, well,
the franchise the Raiders are still the type of team that here's what concerns me is I was in the building and they weren't trying to win.
Yeah,
they weren't trying to win. So Chiefs will try to win.
Dead man walking Pete Carroll.
They weren't very good though.
Chiefs coming off extra time to prepare. Oladokin. I mean, it sounds like Kenny Pickett's going to go. No Geno Smith.
That might be a good thing because I'll tell you what, the Raiders crowd did not like Geno Smith. The energy was bad. He got booed when he got hurt.
Ryan, this is why we have the close your eyes special.
It's disgusting.
It is.
It's disgusting. This might be the grossest one we've ever seen. 10-5 on the season.
I think you take the Raiders plus the 5.5 and then Raiders team total under. This game is going to be gross. But to the point, Ryan, like in these disgusting games, there are broken plays that can end up result in scoring because someone out there is trying to have a contract, trying to play, and this is what makes the difference. Without the guaranteed contracts, this keeps these guys motivated and keeps some of these games at least interesting from a competition standpoint. Whereas in like other leagues where the money's completely guaranteed, not necessarily laying it out. These guys are playing for their lives. NBA. No, I'm just saying other leagues, if the money's guaranteed, not necessarily willing to risk it all. Yeah, give me the Raiders plus 5.5. Close your eyes special. Let's go. And of course, that's because they underperformed the spread by 21 points last week and are getting points this week.
Yeah, 10-5 on the year. If you're wondering.
Yeah. So,
oh my goodness, well, golly. Do we put this in a money line round robin?
No. Shout out to Cousin Mush after watching the Raiders vomit on themselves in person. I will never understand how they beat the Pats week 1. Yeah, that is always a fun thing to go back and look at some of the early.
That's wild.
NFL results. Yeah, especially because I mean, if you want to talk about two teams going in two completely different directions,
they peaked. Game 3 in the late window. Lions, Bears. Bears are laying 3 -160 on the money line. Lions +140. 50.5 is the total. The Lions have shown nothing, or I'm sorry, the Lions have nothing to play for. Bears win and they get the 2 seed.
Yes.
Do you think the Bears? Well, I think the bigger story is that Ben Johnson wants to beat Dan Campbell, and Dan Campbell wants to beat Ben Johnson. So motivation aside,
yeah, I think I don't think you have to. There's no motivation handicap for me here. Like I think both are going to be max. Right?
And the NFC North has been the division that has had some of the this team has nothing to play for, and they go out and win the game over the last couple of years. In fact, it was Dan Campbell's Lions who got knocked out by the Packers that one year where they had nothing to play for. So the Bears, fair to say that their defense didn't play well last week.
Yeah, that was kind of their defense hadn't been playing. Their defense hadn't been good, but like their defense had been getting by with the turnovers and they got one early, but then that was it. And then they just completely got carved up. I don't know what to make of that performance against the 49ers. And certainly the 49ers offense has been good. But again, Ryan, going back to the weather handicap, I mean, Jared Goff, no, thank you. I mean, bring out I can't imagine it's going to be warm in Soldier Field. Sure, you're going to be motivated, but they've been motivated all season. They're not getting it done. This Detroit defense is just really anemic. And then on the other side, the Detroit offensive line, it's banged up. It's inefficient. They couldn't even get Jahmyr Gibbs going. Now, some of that was the Flores defense really just was cooking against Jared Goff, but Goff outdoors in the weather. Now Lions have extra time to prepare. Certainly motivated.
Yeah. I think that, I think it's just the Jared Goff. It's the weather thing, right?
Yeah, it's Jared Goff outside in freezing temperatures.
Do you remember the score of the first game? Little revenge maybe for Ben Johnson after getting thumped 52-21.
It was 52-21.
52-21.
Wow.
That to me is the ultimate. I mean, that's a rivalry. Close your eyes special right there.
Yeah, I did not realize it was
Jared Goff threw for 5 touchdowns.
Oh yeah. Oh man, they're going to be so fired up.
23 of 28 for 5 touchdowns. He had a lights out game.
Yeah,
completely lights out.
I forgot. I mean, Lions. That was a weird week 1, week 2 where they lost to the Packers, and everyone's like, "Oh, give the Packers the Super Bowl now." And then they blew out the Bears. Yeah, yep. 52-21.
And my other note is, how many times has Jared Goff gone outside to play a cold weather game this year?
Oh well, against the Eagles. I mean, look at that game.
That's pretty much the
points.
Game. That's the game.
Now the Eagles defense is certainly noticeably better than the Bears, but I think the Bears, this is going to be a cream of Kyle Manungai, cream of,
he scores last week. I hit a nice anytime touchdown parlay.
Kyle cream of Manungai. There we go. I got it.
That sounds very,
well, it's like that. It's like that old crank call. We were working on that, Ryan, on the pregame show. I'm sure you tuned in. Give me the Bears laying the 3. I mean, they're just going to run it down their throats, and look for Colston Loveland, another big game. He's going to be awesome. I mean, he's going to be good in the playoffs, I think, and good next year as well. And this Bears defense will be able to turn over Goff.
Yes,
Kramer, you're also on the Bears, right?
Bears laying 3. Not. I don't think this is going to make it to my lock pile, but maybe it does. I don't know. This just feels, again, Ben Johnson is a sociopath. It's very hard to read and understand what he's messaging, but he seems focused on this game. That's all I'll say. He seems focused.
Hey Ryan, shout out to Novig. If you're not already on Novig, what are you waiting for? Download the Novig app today. Use our promo code SGPN. Available in a bunch of states. If it's available in your state and you're not on Novig, what are you waiting for? It's America's #1 sports prediction market. If you're gambling a lot or just love getting the best price, you're missing out not being on Novig. Use our promo code SGPN. You help us out and you help out yourself, because when you spend $5, you get $50. Very simple formula. NOVIG, promo code SGPN. That's NOVIG, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog. We just did a fun Underdog playoff best ball draft. Bunch of good playoff best ball tournaments running over on Underdog. If you want to get in on those, I think the one we did, Ryan, the Gauntlet, 2 million in prizes, $25 entry fee, and of course, if you sign up with Underdog, play $5, you get $75 in bonus entries. So you could take those bonus entries and get 3 shots at the $2 million prize pool, which sounds pretty appealing. But let's talk a little pick'em entry, Ryan, or champions, depending on your states. What do you got kicking over there that you like?
Sam Darnold throws a higher interception.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Even though I am on Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think both quarterbacks probably throw picks in this game.
Okay. Let's see. I don't. Higher half interception throw for Sam Darnold. And why don't we put that with Jared Goff? I could definitely see.
Oh yeah.
And that is, wow. That is, there's no adjustment there by Underdog. So $100 entry would return you $300. Sam Darnold and Jared Goff, both to throw INTs. $100 entries. $100 entry returns you $300 over on Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. Okay, Kramer, home stretch.
All right. get this off the screen. All right, we got a couple more late games. Again, 7 games in the late window is fun. Number 4, Jets Bills. Little AFC East battle here. Bills laying 7 minus 360 on the money line. Jets plus 295. 38 is the total. Strap in your Mitchell Trubisky seat. I think we're gonna get, I would imagine, a lot of Mitchell Trubisky versus Brady Cook.
Yeah. Now
North Carolina versus Missouri.
Trubisky rushing yards will be interesting. We'll see if that number is available. Stay tuned to the prop show. Now I do think Josh Allen has a start streak going, so I do think he'll probably get the start, but then they'll bring in Trubisky pretty soon because he is dealing with a heroic ankle injury he played through against the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, certainly not his fault. They lost the game in spite of his fumble and missing the wide open man at 2 points. Also, if you rewatch the film, I don't think I understand from the TV broadcast, he looked wide open, but if you watch from from the other angles, Jalix Hunt was kind of sitting in that zone and that forced him to sail it wide. You don't see that live on the TV version, but I saw a different angle and Jalix Hunt, who's having a great season, was sitting there back in that zone. And I think that could have maybe intercepted if he had to throw it there. This is an interesting game. I mean, Brady Cook, Mitch Trubisky. I do think Trubisky's better, but then on the other side, like this Bills defense is very bad. And if
they're not trying to win, so they don't the reason they might not have the motivation is because essentially, which they will know, but the Texans and the Chargers essentially hold most tiebreakers over them.
Yeah, I think they'll probably know where they are. Well, I guess the Chargers are playing.
Well, they know the Chargers aren't trying to win, so the Chargers are probably going to drop their game. Whatever. Trey Lance is playing. We'll get to that later, but they will know if the Texans have won, and the Texans have the capper. Like the Texans win, they're the 5 seed, so they would know that best they could do is 6. And if Josh Allen's banged up, like, come on, this is a no. I'm not usually for sitting down, but you have to rest him if he's hurt. It would be silly to. I mean, even the idea of continuing a start streak is stupid.
I don't.
Are you not trying to win a fucking championship?
Yeah, I don't mind the start streak. Give him a snap and then take him out.
No, I don't mind it either. It's just like if he's hurt, he's hurt.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. Play Mitch. It really doesn't matter. If you're the Bills, who do you want to play in the first round? You want to play the Patriots, and the Patriots are probably going to be the 2 seed. So if you lose and get the 7 seed, you're going back to New England where you just won and you probably feel most confident.
It's a baby fucking wheel.
You've seen that shit twice now. So if it is fraudulent, you know it's fraudulent.
Brian, are you worried about the Bills coming down well rested into Jacksonville into Duval County?
No, I mean, like I said, I think the Bills. I think this is one of those games. I think you have to play the weird variance because if the Bills actually don't care about this game, they roll out Mitch Trubisky and pull out some starters elsewhere, and Aaron Glenn has his team trying hard even though they suck. Yeah,
well, it's weird. Looking at the Jets, who are obviously horrible. This also could be the. I mean, I think this could be the last game at Ralph Wilson Stadium. Because it doesn't.
Oh, it is. It is.
Well, unless now technically they could be like the 5 seed and somehow host a.
You're right.
There's very unlikely that they would host a playoff game where they're currently sitting, but that might be a get up spot for the fans. But how much do the players care about it? In December, Ryan, the Jets have been outscored by 107 total points.
I know. I keep
the
losing
worst
fucking Jets.
December by point differential for any team in NFL history.
This is an impossible game to pick.
Is it?
Yeah, because I just keep losing on the Jets. I just keep taking the Jets, and I keep losing with the Jets.
Now they were not a close your eyes special because they lost by 32 points and the spread was 13.
It's close, very
close to a close your eyes special. And the Eagles weren't able to take advantage of it. I think part of it was they went very vanilla here, and the Bills are highly motivated. But the one bright spot for the Jets has been Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall and could be playing some of his props, but Breece Hall is, coming off. They got destroyed in New England, but he was still 14 of 111 and a touchdown. He broke off a huge run. I think Breece Hall keeps them in this game. I am going to take the Jets and the 7 points, Ryan.
Yeah, me too. I keep smashing my face into this one. Most lopsided bet game at the Green Book, 90% on the Bills.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could. What psychos are taking the Jets? But the Jets, for the most part, have been decent against the number. I think they're kind of due for a cover here. This is their. I don't know. Would it be their Super Bowl? Certainly they're going to get up for it.
Aaron Glenn.
And I accidentally took Jets -7.
No,
Do not.
We want +7.
Yeah,
I'd rather have +7.
We'll see what the alt number would be. Are the Jets live, Ryan?
Yeah.
I think they are.
I think the Bills are in that category of team that, we'll talk more about this situation, but the category of team that is actually probably not going to have the motivation or not going to be going, full A+, go. And so I think anytime you have that situation, you have to look at the money line.
Yes. And speaking of money, as Damian points out in the chat, Nick Folk, 2 field goals, 30+. So he needs 2 field goals for a $500K incentive. According to what I'm seeing, there's a bunch of incentives on the Bills here. Let me
imagine they're trying to win the game and they let him kick a field goal.
Yeah. Dawson Knox needs 46 yards for a $100K incentive. James Cook needs 103 scrimmage yards to get to 2K. So some interesting ones here. Joey Bosa needs a sack to get 250K.
James Cook isn't playing. Like if James Cook would be on my list of guys that if I'm
and Joey Bosa, Joey
Bosa's on my list.
If you're playing Bosa, the guy gets hurt getting out of bed. I mean, Brady Cook on the road is terrifying, but I think the Jets is the play. Give me the Jets in the 7.
Yeah, I think, but yeah, you're probably right. The money line is live somewhat. Washington, Philly. This one's in Philly. Philly's now down to 3.5, -180 on the money line. Washington +155. 39 is the total. Yesterday, I said, Sean.
Yeah,
the line's moved a bit already. Do you think it's completely considering the idea that Jalen Hurts doesn't play most of this game? And you looked at me and sternly scoffed, saying, "Yes, it's known. Everyone knows they're not going to play their guys." It's now down to 3.5.
No, I mean, I stand by that. Like, it was very obvious if you looked at any beat reporter. If you watched the press conference, Nick Sirianni basically said they're not playing their guys. So, I mean, he kept highlighting how they've had injuries in previous week 18. So, to me, I assumed it was factored in.
So, what does this tell you? Well, maybe the market isn't grinding the press conferences as much as you think they would be.
I guess I gave the market too much credit because every beat reporter had the same tweet. When you asked me that question, I go, well, he already did his press conference and he already made it pretty clear they're not playing their starters. So I did think that the fact that they were resting their starters was factored in. Now those same beat reporters who reported he was resting their starters, they officially report he's resting the starters, and it jumps 3.5 points. That doesn't.
Yeah, so it's -3.5. 39 is the total. The opener was, and let me confirm this.
I think it was as high as like 9, maybe.
According to the data I'm looking at, the opener was 12. Let me see.
I never saw any. That's crazy.
I'm seeing. All right, so Circa opened 8.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So is Jalen Hurts to Tanner McKee? Is that enough points? Only going 4.5 points.
Yeah, I mean Tanner McKee is pretty good. More so again with the Eagles, it's about their defense. Now that's always tougher to tell because
Carter, I would imagine if you're going to rest guys, Carter is. It seems obvious. Carter and Quinyon Mitchell would be the first 2 guys I would say get off the field.
Yeah,
and I think Quinyon is the guy I'd highlight. Because anytime you have a defense that has a lockdown corner and you take that corner off the field, it changes everything. We've even seen it when he has gotten hurt at times this year. So I'd imagine Quinyon Mitchell coming off the field from that defense is going to be a huge deal and going to make them, they're going to go from superhuman to average, I think, just based on how the scheme's working. I'm saying Quignon's the biggest deal in terms of guys resting. If he's resting, their defense takes a pretty big step back.
Yeah, I mean, again, like they only have so many. It's this weird thing when you're resting guys. You only have, especially at positions, like you only have so many.
So who would you rest on the defense?
Yeah, I would definitely rest Jalen Carter.
Yeah, sure.
And probably,
rest the big guys.
Yeah, Jordan Davis, maybe. Yeah.
With big guys, it's just about miles on those.
Nakobe Dean, who maybe could have gone against Buffalo. Like I think if Buffalo is a playoff game, I think he's probably playing.
Yes, you take away, you take away the bulk of your run stop, and you take away your lockdown all pro corner, and everything else cascades down. The defense becomes no longer this like massive advantage. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think the defense is playing really well and really. Just really well together. And shout out to HVAC Kenny finally catching a live episode while I'm sitting in traffic with all this rain. Shout out to HVAC Kenny. Sends me some videos, Ryan, over on Instagram.
HVAC guy, I like that.
Well, and he was saying, be careful ordering ice at restaurants because a lot of times a lot of molds kicking around. He's showing me some really videos that make me not want to order ice. His theory is that most people who think they get food poisoning was actually moldy ice. So be careful ordering ice out there. I order ice all the time, but I just don't think about the videos that HVAC Kenny has sent.
Big cubes only now.
Yeah,
even when I'm getting a water, I'll take a big cube from the bar.
I do like the big cubes. Now, just a couple nuggets here. Nick Sirianni, they are 30-13 on the road since Dick took over as head coach. Best in the NFL over these last 5 seasons. And the Eagles' road record under Nick Sirianni is better than the home record of 29 of the 32 NFL teams. Eagles have also allowed just 8 passing touchdowns in their last 11 games. First time they've done that since 2001. The Eagles improved to an NFL best 8-0 this year when they win the turnover margin. And the Eagles always own the Commanders Redskin team. They're on a 4-14 straight up run, 6-10-2 ATS. And I think some of that has included some backups there. Little revenge game. Hurts got knocked out the end of last year, although we already got our revenge previously. But I think they're going to be able to move the ball fine against this Redskins defense with Tanner McKee and Tank Bigsby. I'm excited to see Bigsby get some looks here. And I think the scheme is strong enough, and the defense is incredibly deep. I think there's only so many guys you can go. Now at 7, this was probably a different conversation. I probably would have found myself on Washington, Ryan. But since this is now down to 3.5, that is crazy low for this Eagles team. We're going to be getting Josh Johnson on the road. No, thank you. You're going to need more than 3.5 points, even against the Eagles backup. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles. I assume as a hater, Ryan, you're going to be on Washington.
Well, no, I think I'm saying this is a disrespectful number for Jalen Hurts.
So you're taking the Eagles?
No.
Oh, so I'm
taking Washington.
Okay, so you agree with the disrespect?
No, I'm saying the disrespect is moving the number only 4.5 points from Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts to Tanner McKee, especially when you're not going to have Quinyon Mitchell or the meat of that defensive line. So as much as the defense might have good depth, I think you take key players out of that situation. And again, I think pressuring the back end of the depth of the secondary, that's been a problem. So, I think Washington
with Josh Johnson,
Josh Johnson's a seasoned vet. What's he played for 17 franchises?
Yeah, did not look particularly.
This is when he shines. Week 18. Time for the next contract. Give me the Commanders plus the 3.5. And I'm not going to lay the 3.5 this time. Like you accused me of doing every time. That's not true. At all.
Well, the exception is you got to fade the Eagles.
It's not true.
That's what you do.
That's not true.
Tear to smize.
Last game. I'm sorry. Game 6 in the late window. Arizona, Los Angeles, the Rams laying 7 minus 310 on the money line. Arizona plus 260, 46.5 is the total. Had the Eagles line not moved, I would say this is now 3 games in a row with Jets, Bills, Washington Eagles, and Cardinals Rams, where you have a favorite that could be playing their backup quarterback for most of the game. and at least is messaging like they might be resting some people.
Rams are, because they said they were playing their starters.
I think they said it in the same way as like, Dak is starting the game. And so I'm with you in the idea that they might not play their starters the whole game. I hadn't seen anything of them saying otherwise though. So you saw something where they said they're not going to play the starters the full game? I'm speculating based on what they can do with their playoff position and how Sean McVay has treated these scenarios in the past.
Yeah.
Now the counter argument would be the second half of last week's game, I guess, didn't change anything. You do have the MVP conversation with Stafford, so that could muddy some things up.
So now, you
want to get Puka hurt, trying to,
Puka has no
anyway,
off switch.
I put all of these games together because they're Eagles no longer 7 points, but they're all a touchdown, which means the dog is 3-1 or in that range. And it's just it's one of those weeks where you want to collect some of these dogs that feel like the game could have some variance, aka the favorite could decide, we're going to call off some of the dogs here. And so the Rams, I don't know who's betting the Rams on the money line. I don't know who's putting the Rams in a teaser. Just feels like a dangerous proposition. And so for that reason, plus 260 for the Cardinals is interesting. 46.5. I don't know how many points get scored in this game if we get a little Jimmy G action out there, but the Cardinals have been getting worse and worse.
Their defense is just so bad. So now playoff scenario wise, if the 49ers win, the Rams are locked into the 6th seed.
Correct.
Now, if the Seahawks win, they can get the 5 seed with a win.
Correct.
Now, do you think that factors into McVay's handicap here, or what he does? Now, he said he's playing the starters, but if they're locked into the 6th seed, do you really think he does that?
I think if San Francisco wins, we're gonna find out overnight that guys are resting. I think if not, maybe they try to get out to it. I think that McVay has always shown us that he doesn't necessarily care about that kind of shit. Now, does he want to go back to Carolina? Does he want to go back to the scene of the crime? I don't know if it's
if you're the Rams, would you rather go to Philly or Carolina?
I think if you but you lost in both places. One place you lost on a fluke block kick. The other place you got your ass beat.
Well, I don't know if that's a fluke because the Eagles kick blocking has been elite this season.
Jesus, Sean. All block kicks are fluky.
Okay, but
I'm going to say all blocked field goals are fluky.
Well, I would just counter by saying the knock on Jalen Carter coming into the draft was there was a lot of questions about his love of football. And if you watch him on the play special teams, that is a guy who appears to love football. You want to have a fun Baldy breakdown, watch his Baldy breakdown of Jalen Carter destroying the offensive lineman and blocking that extra point, which was a huge difference in that game. But going back to this game, Ryan, what would you, if you're the Rams, do you want to go to Carolina? Or you want to go to Philly?
I think I think you want to go to Philly. I think you
really okay. The spread would suggest otherwise, but you think they would rather take they'd rather face the Eagles than the Panthers.
Let me rephrase that. I think they don't care because I think McVay would view the health of his players over the opponent. And so for that reason,
but that aside, not even talking about resting the starters, just if you're the Rams, you're a Rams fan, would you rather come into Philly or Carolina week 1 wild card weekend?
I mean, you didn't play as well. You played worse against Carolina than you did against Philly.
Okay.
So
but what's your answer?
I would say Philly.
You would rather go to Philly.
Yeah.
If you're okay, I would. If Rams
they
fans
went there last year and felt like they were close to what they were.
No, they've been close. Yeah. If the Rams fans agree with you, if I was a Rams fan, again, I'm biased, but I would rather go up against Bryce Young making his first playoff start than Jalen Hurts and that Eagles defense. That to me is a fairly easy question, and the spread would suggest.
I just use data from this year, which is they performed better.
Oh, they did. That was also very early in the year.
I'm also layering in the playoff game last year.
Okay. Yeah,
So
but I
don't think they're worried. I don't think they're scared of going to Philly. Is my point. And I think McVay values health.
But I mean, the Panthers.
I'm not saying they're scared to go to I'm saying it's probably equal. Like it's not a variable in McVay's head where health is. And so
no, I agree. I think there's a chance. I mean, again, if they're locked into the 6th seed, I don't know.
If San Francisco, this is one of those correlated ones. If San Francisco wins, you could like Arizona. They probably won't let you do it, but money line Niners with Cardinals. It's a fun, juicy way to do it. I'm on the. I think the Cardinals, the Jets, and the Commanders are in my. What do I do with these some of these weird spots here?
Yeah, even as bad as the Cardinals defense is, and also the Rams defense has really struggled. They were letting up some plays against Kirk Cousins there, and I think they're going to be able to move the ball here. Trey McBride could have a good game, and Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr. is out, and that has just been a smash spot for Michael Wilson. So.
It's a pretty bad bust. That stat about Tyrone Tracy being the only player from the 2024 draft to have over 800 scrimmage yards.
Yeah. I don't know if Marvin Harrison's a complete bust yet.
I think this season was a tough look for him, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he also had some like spots where it seemed like he was turning it around, and then he just dealt with injury. So I don't know.
Fair, but Michael Wilson kind of did his job way better than him.
I think it's more just a positive on Michael Wilson. I wouldn't completely give up on Marvin Harrison. Certainly not trending in the a bust in my mind is you're giving up on him.
He's on that path. He's on bust path, which is pretty. I feel like that's to be a receiver in your second year and already thinking that way. It's tough. He put on all that weight though in the offseason. I can't wait to hear what he's doing this offseason.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals +7.
+7 money lines in play. Game 7, last game in the late window. Chargers, Broncos. Broncos laying 12.5 -745 on the money line. Chargers +545. 37.5 is the total. Broncos win and they are the 1 seed, and they will be facing Trey Lance without an offensive line. Obviously, his rushing props can't be set high enough.
Yes,
he's going to run for 100. He's play, and we'll talk about this in the prop show. He's playable in most rushing yards for the weekend.
Yeah, why not?
My God, I don't really know what to think about this game because I obviously don't think the Broncos lose the game, but we've seen this so many times with Sean Payton. He knows he doesn't need the A game plan, and so we get the B game plan. And Bo Nix is not good without the A game plan, so it ends up being a close game where the defense does enough to get the win. And when you're talking about a 37.5 point total and a 12.5 point spread, easy. Give me Harbaugh. This is when Harbaugh thrives.
I think with this offense,
who's got it better than us, Sean?
I think with this offensive line, I don't know if you're going to notice a huge downgrade from Justin Herbert to Trey Lance.
This is beautiful. I didn't see this coming.
Yeah,
this is fabulous.
I think this is a nice show out opportunity for Trey Lance. No, I mean,
like watching Picasso paint.
Seriously, Ryan.
I'm being serious.
I think Trey Lance could go out there and win this game in Denver. 100%. This is the Denver plays down to their competition. 2-9 ATS is a favorite. They're like in a run for like historically worst record as a favorite. What makes you think they're going to put away this Chargers team?
They're not, and they're going to run the crap out of the ball. I completely missed Colby's type of the total being 36.7. Maybe he's in the 37.6. He's in the 6-7 thing.
6-7.
Oh my God! Just spend
people who drive around with their kids. They must be super excited when we talk about 6-7 going on. Kramer. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I think the Chargers are live in this game.
I know you're not kidding. Like I said, I've been very serious this entire handicap.
Keenan Allen needs 6 catches. He needs 6 catches for $750K. If I'm the Chargers, I'm not playing Keenan Allen because Mike Williams, again, why you should not be playing these guys. Mike Williams carted off the field before their playoff game against Jacksonville. Brandon Staley rested most of his guys, not Mike Williams. And you watch that game against the Jags. They could have used Mike Williams in that game.
So I think I think the yardage he's a lock to get if he gets the 6 catches. So it's $1 million if he goes out there and gets 6 catches. But to your point, if you're resting guys, which you're resting the quarterback.
Yeah.
How do you not rest them? But you still have to take the points. I think we're going to see a heavy Harbaugh, Greg Roman run the damn ball. We're going to see some throwback to his time with Lamar. And I'm with you. I think Trey Lance earns himself flirting with a team being like, we want to, like, he's coming in for a competition to start kind of thing.
Shout out to T Draper NYC. Listen to you guys in my UPS truck on my route in Colorado. Pumped for the playoffs. Go Broncos. Yeah. I think the Broncos are going to be a tough out in the playoffs. I have one of the Circa tickets, Eagles over the Broncos. I don't know if I'm changing anything right now.
Imagine this, Sean. We're sitting here in the studio watching the game in the SGPN HQ.
Yeah.
The Jags have already shipped their win in the early window.
And, no.
And Mitchell Trubisky.
You jagging off is like Kramer.
Well,
again.
hold on. I'm not done with the story because already parked with our win 13-4 as I predicted in the preseason. And Trey Lance messes around and beats the Broncos.
We see this all the time.
And Mitchell Trubisky blows the game. I'm sorry, and the Patriots somehow blow the game against the Dolphins.
You need the Pats to lose too. Okay.
Quinn Ewers in cold weather. I don't think it's going to happen, but crazier stuff could happen. And by the way, I picked against my scenario there, Sean. You tell me I never pick against my.
What do you mean?
With the Patriots, I took the Patriots laying the points.
Okay, that's a rare.
Could have been oversight by me, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you factored in that.
Chargers.
You were made sure to have the Chargers because that's more on your. Well, radar.
Also, this is come on. We know
this is a great spot.
We know this is going to come down to a field goal, just like the B game plan typically does. All right, last one. Sunday Night Football, just like the NFL scripted it. Baltimore Ravens -3.5 in Pittsburgh, taking on the Steelers. Steelers plus 165 on the money line. 40.5 is the total. Sean, what we were talking.
Sorry, there's some of the soundboards broken over here.
We were talking about teams that have been sticky in the power ratings all year. Baltimore remains a top 5 team per the power ratings, which is just wrong, obviously. Is this not the easiest pick we'll make? Is Lamar playing, Sean?
He's practicing, which is something new for Lamar
on a Wednesday.
Yeah. And as a Steelers backer, I kind of like that better.
Yeah,
bring out Lamar.
They're a better team with Huntley when they're just running the damn ball.
The formula of Tyler Huntley, willing runner, and Derrick Henry of just feeding Derrick Henry, letting the big dog eat. I'm more scared of that than Lamar and whatever weird vibes he's got going with him in the organization. I mean, come on, this is
so the spread with Huntley, from what I understand, would be something like Pittsburgh -1.5 to 2.5.
So they're okay.
I'm just saying, like,
this is weird.
I love that we're getting this position. Well, I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, I love that we're getting Lamar.
Do you think Lamar plays, Ryan? He's practicing on a Wednesday, which he normally doesn't do. It probably means he plays.
This spread is only 3.5 because Lamar is expected to play.
Yeah.
You're not making this number on that side of, I think it let's see. It opened at 3 flat and this morning. So correlation to Lamar Jackson being on the practice field, the line immediately moves to 3.5. That has to, which tells me there was some expectation he would play, and the confirmation of him playing puts it over 3.5. I think it gives us the most delightful Tomlin spot you can have. You're getting the points.
Yeah.
Could be a field goal game, Sean. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, Tomlin as a dog, we beat the drum on that relentlessly. Ravens do have an extra day of rest, but I don't know. And
they looked so good last week. Why would they change things?
TJ Watt sounds like he has a chance to play, which again, for the most part, the Steelers defense, I think, is playing pretty good without him. Although I think he would bring a nice boost to the crowd. maybe just some situational pass rushing if he does play. But I mean, again, in this matchup, this is the AFC North. You always take the team getting the field goal here
At
and
home.
more, especially when it's Ravens Steelers. Since 2005, the underdog in this series 30, 12, and 3 ATS. And the underdog in the regular season, the underdog is 25, 7, and 3 ATS when Tomlin faces John Harbaugh. So, I mean, and they always end up being close. The Steelers and Ravens have met 22 times since 2015. 17 of those 22 games had a margin of 7 or less. Like it just doesn't get blowout situation very often. Now I know the Steelers have their issues, certainly offensively. No DK Metcalf. Also NFL, come on, let him play. This is bullshit considering Lamar. You remember in Buffalo, like Lamar shoved that dude. He didn't get suspended at all. I get the DK thing was slightly worse, but one game. Come on, this is a playoff game. This is the NFL. We're supposed to let these guys do whatever they want, and then let them play in the playoffs.
Also, Commissioner, you watched that guy's press conference, right?
Yeah.
You're letting that guy dictate what you do, Commissioner.
Yeah, come on, you're looking like a cuck, Goodell.
Steelers. I mean, when's the last time the Ravens covered this number, Sean? Back in 2018 in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, in Pittsburgh. Renegade, crank it up.
Yeah, so I would say this is pretty much a system play here, and the fact that we're getting the gift of Lamar, the money line round robin potentials this week are fabulous. Give me the 3.5.
Yeah, stay tuned, VSiN show. I'm sure we'll have some money line dogs barking. Okay, Kramer, it is time for our final regular season lock, dog, and tease.
Happy birthday.
Lock, dog, and tease brought to you by Kalshi. Promo code SGPN. Trade in all 20 or 50 states. Get a $20 bonus when you sign up. Terms and conditions apply. Use our promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi. Kramer, I think I'll continue going first here.
Okay.
Lock number 1. Give me the Steelers plus 3.5. I mean, what am I missing? What am I missing, Ryan?
Honestly, there's a couple games this week where I feel that way.
Lock number 2. Give me the Saints plus 3.5.
It's not one of them.
Lock number 3 is the New England Patriots minus 10.5. Quinn Ewers ain't going up to Boston.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
I do like. I also like the Bears. Similar cold weather handicapping. Although I think there's a little bit more fight left in that Lions team than this Dolphins team. My money line dog. Give me the Los Angeles Chargers on the money line to shock the world and shake things up in the AFC. So the Chargers plus 545 on the money line. Whoa. For my tease. Whoa. Interesting week here for tease. Give me the Bengals down to 1.5.
Great tease.
Thank you. I kind of want to take Vikings as a pick. Can you really put Max Brosmer in a tease? Don't need to. I'll take the Panthers up to 8.5. Great use of the tease option there. And last but not least, my final tease is.
I'm trying to remember now. Wait, it was the Lions that won that Packers game, the meaningless Packers game.
Yeah. Did you say it backwards?
I said it backwards.
Yeah.
I was looking at the last time Goff was playing a meaningless game.
Give me Houston minus 4.5 in the tease. So lock Steelers plus 3.5, Saints plus 3.5, Pats laying the 10.5. Chargers are live on the money line. And the tease is Bengals minus 1.5, Panthers plus 8.5, Texans laying the 4.5. Kramer,
I'm gonna lock up the Niners.
Wow, that's surprising. Okay.
Well, I'm pretty shocked by the number. I'm and the crescendo. It would not be complete.
Stop saying crescendo
without a 1 seed here. Lock up the Bengals minus 7.5. This is just peak form.
Yeah, I like Bengals.
And then. I think I'm gonna lock up the Bengals of the NFC. Give me Atlanta minus 3.5. We'll
wow, bad lock.
They're on fire right now.
That does help your Tyler Shuck offensive rookie of the year, which I know you're keeping.
Well, I'm not rooting for Tyler Shuck. Dog Steelers.
All right, that's why you're taking Atlanta
plus 165.
Oh, Pittsburgh on the money line. Okay.
Tease.
Didn't see that coming.
Tease. Let's take the Patriots down to no. I don't want to get involved in that game. Let's take the. Oh man, this is a really bad week for this stuff. Let's go Cardinals plus 13, Jets plus 13.
Okay.
What could go wrong? Raiders
plus 11.5.
Plus 11.5.
That is a disgusting act.
All right, time for our Circa million, Ryan. I think obviously Pittsburgh plus 3.5.
Yes.
It's an easy one.
Yes.
Some of the other stuff we like, Minnesota laying the 6. I do think we put the Chargers plus 12.5.
Chargers, put it on there.
Chargers plus 12.5.
Put the Bengals on there too.
Bengals minus 7.5. Neither of us locked it up, but I do. Yeah, I like Chicago, but let's see. So we have Cincy laying the 7.5, Chargers 12.5, Steelers plus 3.5. Can I talk?
You know what?
New England minus 10.5.
No, actually, I'm going to make a late swap here on the card. Let's pull Atlanta off.
Okay.
I didn't like how you negged that pick. Or how
got in your head.
Threw a little shade. Put the Bears on there. The Bears need to be on the card. It's also a game that matters. Safer. I don't want my clients betting on these one.
Okay,
games.
so we're adding Bears to the Circa million.
Yes.
And then let's see. Arizona plus 7. It's a little wonky. I mean, do we play? We got to play the last close your eyes special, right? Raiders
Play the
plus
Raiders.
5.5.
Yeah, just play the Raiders.
Let's go.
Oh, it's gross.
So our Circa million cards: Steelers plus 3.5, Chargers plus 12.5, Bengals laying the 7.5, Bears laying the 3, and the Raiders catching the 5.5. Appreciate everyone tuning in as always, answering all your questions and comments over on Spotify. Let's get us up to 2K 5-star reviews. Appreciate everyone, and we will be back live later in the afternoon talking NFL props with our buddy CJ, and of course, as always.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean Second Monty Green. He's Ryan.
Good luck to everyone.
Kramer, let it ride. Playing the point spread zone.
I'm wet.
Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. I bet my last time and I'm waiting with dread. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. I bet the money line on my parlay card. The odds are fine, they made a first down. My team is trying to go downtown. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. My bookie has chased me around the block. Bill collectors are calling me around the clock. I gamble all night, my eyes are red. The dice are all right, and I got poker in my head. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. The time is running down, let's make a first down. I need some luck to make a buck. Oh Lord, we're a point behind, let's come from behind. Let's go ahead and give me a touchdown. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. It's 4th down, the goal line is just ahead. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. Oh Lord, thank you so much, my rent is paid. Oh Lord, I love you so much, we covered the point spread. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread. We covered the point